Hi, welcome to the Sri Lankan Geek Show. Today, as usual, Isuru and I, Sumudu, will be talking about an interesting topic in the IT industry, and we'll be sharing our thoughts on it. So, before starting up, as usual, Isuru, how was your week? Are you affected by the rain?
Yeah, exactly. So,
I think, in the last episode, you said you didn't get the fever, but as I remember, you got it afterwards, right?
yeah. So after we record the session, like 1 or 2 days after, I had fever. So I am also now official citizen in Sri Lanka. Like it was horrible. Like I had fever for 3 days. As I remember. After that, I felt horrible. Like even I felt that sour taste even in my tea.
Yeah. I also had that. Did you take any medicine?
Yeah, so medicine, yeah, I had some medicine, but not from official doctor.
You picked the medicine from your garden.
Yeah, exactly.
And prepared yourself. But ultimately you had to take paracetamol at some point, right?
Yes. At some point, instance, like I took it like for around 2 days to recover from the fever. Afterwards, I was okay. I let the nature cure my all the illnesses.
I think these illnesses are mainly like spreading due to the weather. I think bad weather also. So these days it's raining and also it's cold. So
yeah, could be.
Are you affected by the rain? No, right?
Here like full day raining. Even like few minutes back it was raining heavily, but now it's somewhat okay.
I saw a tweet saying that now they have sent out precautions for people who are residing in low areas in Ratnapur also. I think again
for the flood.
there is going to happen a flood. So I think recently, like in the last month also, there was flood, right?
Yes, they had. So Ratnapura is like the flood is like they are normal day-to-day life
phenomena.
New normal. Not new normal, like from since I known about Ratnapura, like they had flood every time. Like I saw a meme in the Facebook. I like it says I went to friend living in Ratnapura.
I know. That picture and under the pool thing, right?
No. Like they were planning to visit the river, but in the evening river is visiting them.
Yeah. So
that much of a flood.
I think the fuel queue also started showed some signs and started piling up again a little bit, but then again I think over the weekend the government was able to start reinitiate the distribution and take off those queues, I think. So that is also good. And I think the QR system is also now working, right?
Working,
so,
yeah.
They have I think done some minor improvements also, but it is working. And talking about the QR, so I had a bad experience in one. It's a small scenario. So actually, there is a person who gave a vehicle to rent, and that person has created the QR by his number. Now that person is not in Sri Lanka and the number is also not there. So because the number is not there, now that person who created the QR cannot log in. So to delete it so that another person can create the QR. So I think later the government will provide ways to do that. So we'll hope either they will provide the fuel quota will not be required in a couple of months. The country will be back to normal. So,
Do they have any contact number or email
not
to
sure.
send
I didn't check it.
these kind of queries? Like,
I'm not sure. I don't think there are.
So now when it's already registered, like you can't register it from your mobile number,
Yeah,
right?
we can't
Even though
register
you
again.
have the
but
chassis number
we
and
can-
everything.
Since we have the QR, we can like pump fuel. The only thing is we are not getting the messages and we can't like check the quota. We have to keep track by ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the only
No,
disadvantage.
I meant like if like you can't register it for a new mobile
No.
number, right?
No. We have to delete it first.
Hmm.
We'll hope this QR will not be needed in few months in the future, because I saw like
Let's
the IMF also has like agreed to provide us an emergency loan. I think staff level agreement yet.
I see.
If they like
Yes.
proceed it
I
with
saw
it,
the tweet. I saw the tweet.
that will be good for our future. Yeah, so that's how the week have been. And adding on to this, one of my friend from Australia said that like in the early days, if you go to Australia or if you go to a foreign country with student visa, we have a work limitation, right? So we can only work 20 hours a week. But today my friend said he went for an interview and he has gone for an interview because that rule has been waived off, because I think there is a skill deficiency, like skill requirement in Australia. Because of that, they have like waived off the limitation for student visa people, that 20-hour limitation. Now he's trying to get a full-time job, full-time MSc job. He went to start MSc. He's continuing that, and because of that weighing of that restriction, he can get into a remote full-time job.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the legitimacy, but that's what he said. That has been waived off.
Yeah, that could be true. Like, I didn't know that. Like, it's still for a visiting visa we can't wait.
Yeah, we can't. We have to like get a student visa. We have to spend money but compared to earlier days, so getting a student visa, spending lakhs of money, and then go and work in like waitering jobs for our payment. So compared to that, now it is beneficial, because if we like work as a full-time software engineer, we can like earn I think 10 or 50 times more than what we earn in Sri Lanka.
Yes.
So from that we can cover up the tuition fees and also the apartment fees and all. So that's how we have been. And Isuru, so did you like were you able to find any did you come across any new or interesting topics in IT to talk about? So in the last episode you said about an app, right? So
Yes.
if not,
So-
like we'll move on to the topic. Still we didn't talk about it, but we have talked for like 9 minutes. This is just the beginning part of the episode.
Yeah. So today I got to know about this peer-to-peer file transferring where like it was new news to me. I didn't knew that through the internet like we can transfer the files peer-to-peer,
So,
like
It's like
without having a third
torrent way, but
I don't
it's
know.
user like can it be distributed among many people, or like it's a direct connection between one person to another person?
Like I don't I like that I need to test, but I am pretty sure like according to their documentation there are no any third party like storage involved in between these transfers, file transfers. There were no any file transfer limitations like size and everything, and everything is end to end, it's encrypted. And like according to the facts that they said, like I think it's the most secured way to transfer files through the internet.
So
Like-
your file won't be like, the person will not be the sender, will not be uploading the whole thing to some of their server.
No.
So
no.
usually when we share something through Google Drive, what we do is we upload the whole file to the Google Drive
the
server,
Google,
and then the receiver downloads it. But in this case, it like the whole file doesn't gets uploaded, right? So
Yes.
so byte by byte, anything that you upload. So if you are trying to send the file to me, all the components that you upload will be directly coming to me. Is that so?
Yes, exactly. So now when we tested it out, like so when I select my file, my laptop doesn't show any uploading progress. So once someone tries to download it through the link that I shared, then only it shows uploading from my laptop.
So it's like a direct connection between the sender and the receivers. So
yes.
The receiver is directly accessing and transferring a file that is stored in your local machine, something like that. The only thing is, I think with Sri Lanka's internet connections, don't think it is practical.
The bad side is that you need to have a good
upload speed
connection.
Also, the sender should have good upload speed. If not, even though the receiver has a good download speed connection, that won't be used at all. Because so what's the name of the platform you found? Is it like is it an open source thing or?
It's totally free. They have a mobile small mobile application as well. It's called Toffee-Share.
Toffee-Share.
TOFFEE share SHARE.com. So I didn't try it with several users, but I think peer-to-peer is like working perfectly through this.
The only drawback is in the sense of Sri Lanka.
Like we have that bottleneck for everything, like internet speed and the stability of the connection. Like we have to expect that.
Okay. I think now is the time to talk about the topic that we planned for today.
So I said I said in the last session, let's talk about the companies and the in IT industry, where are we and everything. But I think let's skip that topic to the next session. So today we can discuss about the teams within a company and different designations and the responsibilities and the ownerships. Let's discuss about that.
So based on my opinion, this topic is also very essential because so far we have talked about the IT industry, how a person can get into the IT industry, what are the different internships that we can get, and also as a fresher, what are the different types of companies that we can get into. So we have started from A to Z. So we have been talking about a step-by-step process of how a newbie can get into the IT industry. So we talked about different degree programs as well. So once you are in the IT industry, I think the topic that we are talking today will be very beneficial because everything depends on how we work once we get into it. And also nowadays most of the companies have teams, so we won't be working we won't be working alone. We won't be the one-man show. So we'll have to cooperatively work with other members, and also we'll have to be a great team player and also an essential member to progress in our career. So because of that, I think this topic is very essential to any person who is new in the IT industry. So I think we can start talking on this.
So apart from what you said, Sumudu, so now even though in the beginning, like in 2002, there were no any like standard or a team structure like there were no any standards. But in the later when it's come to like this agile methodology comes into the software developments, IT industry itself, like they have created different roles, responsibilities, and designations. So but now I think it's very normal in most of the companies, most of the IT industry, like the roles and designations are common.
I think from company to company and based on the standards they follow, the naming will be different, but the role that they are playing will be mostly the same.
Yes, exactly. Like the names and everything, like it differs from the regions, countries, and everything, but the standards and the flow of the teams are same. Like 90% of the time it's same.
So let me ask you a question. So as a newbie, when a person gets into the team, what will he be like? For whom will he be introduced to first, and who should the person contact? So from my view of point, so when a developer gets into the team, he will be under the direct supervision of the team's technical owner, right? So is that so in all the other companies also? So based on my experience, that's how.
Yes. So most of the time, if there are any technical lead or technical owner, normally a newly introduced member is assigned under him, or some senior technical person. It could be a senior software engineer or architect. Someone
will be assigned as a mentor to the person who joined to the team.
Not as a mentor, as a reporting manager.
As a reporting manager.
Reporting manager. So normally then the newbie is reporting directly to this technical owner or architect or somewhat assigned to him. But the mentor is different. Mentor is could be same like in the same level or senior person, or someone from the other team. Like mentor is a different character. So mentor and the reporting manager is two different roles. So normally in very big companies, like we can say the names, like in Virtusa, mentor could be anyone. Like even sometimes the mentor is assigned from a different team as well, because mentor doesn't involve with the work.
Tasks, right?
Yes.
So like I also heard this. So the mentor is responsible of developing our career. So I think they help us to study more, like extend our career by extending our knowledge. So they introduce us to programs and something like that, right? So they career growth they target on.
Yes. So when a new person comes into a team, like they are having a lot of questions, like how to behave in the team, like who are the like what are the things that they need to learn, like these kind of questions, like they can ask from the mentor. So mentor is someone who has already like experienced these kind of time. So the mentor is well known about giving like good answers to this kind of newcoming person.
So the mentor and the reporting person are two different things.
Yes. So the reporting manager or the reporting person can directly give feedback on the work, how he or she should work, and what are the exact tools that you need to use, what are the technologies that you have to study, like very work related.
So I think we may have like made the audience a little bit confused. So we have been talking about a role named technical owner. So I think you also have been a technical owner for many years, no? So I think. So the question that I have is, what does a technical owner do in a team? So let's answer that first. And who can be a technical owner? What are the qualities that a technical owner should have? Is it a tough question?
It's a very tough question for me.
As a technical owner, what does a technical owner do? I made the question a little bit simple.
Okay. So technical owners, like if it's come to definitions, like he is responsible for all the technical things outcome from the developers. Like if there are 10 developers under him, like he is responsible the output of the 10 developers, the features, the applications.
In technical perspective.
Yes, technical perspective.
So usually in a team, all the devs, like the developers, will be assigned under the technical one, right? So
yes, technical one. That is the short and sweet answer. But there are a lot of requirements,
responsibilities, right?
Yeah, responsibilities, and like there should be some characteristics to the technical one as well, apart from the technical responsibility. So because every developer and every software developer, software engineer, senior software engineer, like everyone under technical owner, like they should have a growth in the team, and they should be able to work in the team without any hassle. Like in the end of the day, like they should have a good environment to do what they meant to do. If the technical owner is like only focus on technical things, the developers and everything, like definitely they will not experience a good environment in the team, because there are a lot of things, like there are a lot of pressure from different other teams.
So like when other teams pressure the team, the pressure comes to the developers through the technical one. So the technical one should be like a shock absorber, should be able to like handle
he or she should
absorb
be
the
like
pressure and not let it on the developers under him.
Yes, exactly. if he doesn't absorb that, I think he shouldn't be there. I think the main responsibility of the technical owner, apart from the technical things, like managing the developers, all the technical people under him, like you might experience, or in the future you will experience, like if the technical owner ignores one or two members in the team, they had to face lot of problems, directly affect to the career and the work that they are doing. So
basically, like in a nutshell, the technical owner is responsible for the developers in the team. So in both ways, so to the business as well as responsible to for the growth of the developers as well, for their career growth. So
yes, exactly.
If the technical owner doesn't assign any task, and if the technical owner doesn't speak on behalf of them with the business, so then the business will not know that this developer is working and this developer is the person who did the feature, and also there won't be that communication also. So that directly affects the career growth of that developer.
Yes.
And in the other way around, so when the pressure comes through the business, the technical owner should be able to handle that in a way so that it is not directly pressurized to the developers also. So it's
Exactly.
it's a main
So it's like this, like, yeah. So technical owner is kind of a interface between the technical people and the non-technical people. That's I think that's kind of a more fair statement to the technical owner. Like the developers, the like software engineers, like they in their experience they doesn't know how to like manage it, even though the developer is very technically skilled. They can't manage the non-technical persons. Like when they couldn't handle that pressure or the experience with the non-technical persons, like they are sick of what they're doing.
If that barrier or the interface is not there, the business will be directly contacting the technical people. So it will be, I think it will be a hazard. So we won't be able to do anything. And also there will be no like responsible person. So like if the developer and the business agreed on doing something, when a technical owner is there, so that person is also there as like to prove that this happened and they agreed this feature to be like this, then we have a guarantee that our technical owner also approves that. So the thing that we are doing is correct. But if the technical owner is out of the picture, then directly those communications will be happening with the developer, and then the business can say we request something other than this, not this. So then the developer will have to bear that pressure from the business also.
So the like each technical like software engineers and senior software engineers, like their responsibility is to sync with the technical owner at every time. So otherwise the truth is like they are not secure enough. Like that's the end result. Like if the technical owner is not sync is what they are doing, definitely like they are very fragile in front of other teams and the business, exactly, the operation teams and everyone.
So based on your experience and based on what you said, so after you became a technical owner, I think you mostly did management work compared to technical work, right? So
yes. So
less coding, more managing people.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, like in my previous company, I was promoted as a technical owner. So, but even when I had the technical owner position, I had to do a lot of developments and technical things rather than managing the people. At the beginning, in the current company, so when I joined to the team, like at the beginning, I tried to do the same thing, and I involved in the developments. I tried to study the technologies that this company is working on. Likewise, like I tried to follow the same path. But what I realized, what I experienced at that time, the team, the developers, at that point, there were like 2 senior software engineers, as I remember, and 2 or 3 software engineers, and 1 or 2 interns. I can't remember the exact number of people, but they were like they are working separately. Like within the team, there were some different teams, and
they were like dysfunctioning. There is no team.
Yeah, there's no team at all. And some people, even though I was assigned the team as a technical owner, there were some people who didn't accept me as a technical owner. Like
they were like political games.
Exactly. like there are a lot of issues in the team, like some people are not talking each other, and some people are not,
to
not
that
talking
extent.
to me. Yes. Like, there were some people and in the meeting, like they're acting like I'm not there. Like so I realized, like no, what technical support, like everyone is had very good knowledge in technical side. The lacking part is the team like team relationships and the managing part of the developers. So I stopped going through this Kafka Golang tutorials, and you won't believe me, I started doing some HR courses.
Really?
Yes. Online HR videos, like YouTube tutorials. Like I studied a lot of team management, HR related lectures, likewise. And I give my 100% to build up the team. I think after a few months, I was succeeded. So even now, even the level, the team that I'm currently assigned, even now today, the technical help is not needed for the people who are in the team. They still need the management. At some point, if I realize like they need some technical help from me, then I will start again giving my fullest technical help.
So as a golden rule, so when I'm doing the internship and also doing my permanent job, so I always try to be in sync with the superior. So during my internship also, I always, like, whenever I had a problem, I always report to the person and try to sort it then and there. So I think every developer should do that. So then the lead also is in sync with the issues that we are having, and they can also talk with confidence because they know that know the status of what we are doing. So we should be transparent as developers as well. So,
yes, exactly. I think that is like apart from the technical aspect, every technical team member, like they should incorporate with other technical team members,
in sync with everyone,
in sync with like other technical person, and like you said, definitely they should in sync with the senior persons, at least the like otherwise, like everything will be a mess. Like sometimes when it comes to when we are in a meeting, like the people doesn't know what they are talking. Likewise, like it will be a mess, definitely.
So basically the team's developer team will be represented by the technical owner in official meetings, right? So informal, high level, C-level meetings, and even if we are having interactions with third parties, so at that point also the team's developers will be represented by the technical owner. So if the technical owner doesn't have a clear idea of the status of the team, then that would be a mess when the technical owner go to those meetings and talk on behalf of us. So I think that should be like in both ways. So the technical owner should also be open to listen to the developers. So there can be like technical owners who are being annoyed by the developers constantly giving updates and asking questions. So both ways it should be. So the question that I wanted to ask was, so based on what you explained, technical owner is a very important and a crucial role within a team. So what type of people can, like not people, like which for example, can a C person become technical owner, or for a person to become a technical owner, should he be at least a tech lead? So what's the idea on that? Or whether whether it is decided based on how he performs within the team. So if he like has good management, and also if he has a good knowledge in the team's domain and all, if can he be a technical owner, can he be promoted to that role?
Like anyone can be a technical owner or a technical lead, but out of those very
like if all the senior people leave from a team, and then only SSC is there within the team who has most knowledge in the domain also, I think he can be promoted as technical owner. There is a possibility.
Yeah, so these kind of things happen when the management doesn't have any other option. So that is the bitter truth. So when there are a lot of people are coming at the same level, definitely we have to give someone who is know something. So but it's not the best option, but it's the only option they have. So that's the reason like there are sometimes even interns are becoming a technical owner. Even the software engineers, associate software engineers.
Yeah, I have seen software engineers being promoted to technical owner.
I was kidding.
But I also have seen that in teams that have like that sort of things have happened, I have seen the behavior that you mentioned earlier. So you mentioned that when you came into the team was dysfunctional, the people were not in sync. So I have seen that when people with less experience become a technical owner, that slowly happens to that team also. So, and I think getting that role at low experience, or like if we become SSC and if we have like 3 years or 4 years experience, getting that role I think hinders the career growth, right? So we can't learn new languages, so we are getting that management experience and how we can manage other developers, but it also hinders the technical development that we can gain, right? Am I right? Like you said, so once a person become a technical owner, there is less coding and more management, so
yes,
that can affect negatively to the technical growth, I think.
Yeah, that could be, but technical owner is like someone who could fill the gaps of the team technically. Like if the technical team feels there are some lack of technical knowledge, technical owner should fulfill that requirement. So if the technical team lacks of the team relationship and the team building, so technical owner should cater that. So likewise, technical owner is somewhat like water. He or she should adapt with the team and give what the team required. Then only team is balanced all the time. Otherwise, team will collapse.
Right. So in that case, being a technical owner will not like directly hinder the technical knowledge development of the person, right? So there can be instances where we'll have to provide the technical help to the team. So in that case, we'll be able to improve that as well.
Yes. So like most of the time, people misunderstand that technical owner should intimidate the other technical team members. Like that the technical owner should have superior technical skills rather than better than the other technical team members. Like it's not true. Like even some architects doesn't have that much of technical knowledge. Like this technical knowledge is like a very very wide area. So people can't be experts in the whole technical knowledge. Like they are expertise in very specific area. So even today, even in my team, like I think most of the developers and the software engineers, like senior software engineers, like they are very good at Golang and some other Elasticsearch and Kafka and everything. Like they have very good technical knowledge and very high having a very high level of technical knowledge than me. So but it's not a problem, like but the team is very balanced and the team is going very smooth.
So but I think again the audience might have been a little bit confused, because we were talking about two different hierarchies of things. So we talked about technical owner thing, that's a role. So and also we talked about SC, SSC. So those are designations. So like in the simplest term, can you like tell the difference between them, role and the designation of the position? So basically,
developer is a role, software engineer is a designation. So senior developer and senior software engineers same, like developer is a role. Even sometimes a technical lead or technical owner, like technical lead is a designation. Technical lead, like for the designation, like he or she should have a good knowledge of the technical stack that the team is using and
experience in the relevant fields.
Yes. Technical owner is like how do you express this, like
it's like a role. So it's based on the interactions that we have in the team, right? So
yes. So it doesn't have a specific like even the technical lead sometimes has to do the developer role, like even now on some tasks, like I am developing as a developer. So in that case, even though I am a technical owner and I am taking the role of the developer.
So in a nutshell, the role defines what we do within a team. So,
yes.
So designation is another hierarchy that is given to us based on our experience in the IT industry.
Experience and the knowledge. Yeah.
So is software engineer? Is a software architect? It's a designation, right? It's not a role.
Yeah, it's a designation. So some designations and roles are going together. So
software architect mostly plays the role of an architect.
Yeah, and the technical lead mostly go as a technical owner. So when a software engineer tries to play the role of technical owner, definitely he is lacking some experience the technical owner should have, because the level of technical owner role is compatible with the technical lead position, because when you become a technical lead, you should have that enough of experience of the technical knowledge and managing the team, like managing a technical team and working with the other customer or the product teams as well. So that kind of experience is very suitable for a technical owner role. So likewise, this designation and role is going together, but you can switch when you want it, but it's not the best option.
Based on the resources, some companies do switch them. So
yes, exactly.
So
even sometimes even architects play the role of technical owner. That is possible, but it's not the perfect role for him.
So for around, I think 40 minutes or so, we talked about technical owner role. So I think because Isuri is also a technical owner, I think he shared his knowledge as well. So when a person joins to a company as a newbie, so he will be the first role that he will face and he will interact with is the technical owner mainly. And then, based on my experience, another person comes into the picture known as the Scrum Master. Or I think Scrum Master. I think that term is used globally, right? In other team,
Yes,
other
Scrum
companies,
Master.
and other.
Yeah. That is the standard.
Yeah. This role I think comes with the agile practices, right?
Yes.
So the Scrum teams
mostly
leader, Scrum Master.
misunderstands that this Scrum Master is the project manager. That is totally wrong.
Yeah. But project managers become the Scrum Master, right? The designation is managers, right? PM, right?
So in agile methodology, Scrum Master's responsibility and the project manager's responsibility is kind of the same. But before coming this Scrum Master into the IT industry, so normally project managers play this kind of a role in the team. And the main difference is that in agile methodology, Scrum Master is not a team member. Like he's sitting outside of the team, and he's like a helper to the team. Whenever the team needs some help, Scrum Master comes in and help and sitting back out of the team. But project manager, like he acts as a team member within the team, and he involved in the team's work, and he tries to manage the team's work within the team. So now when that Scrum Master now the Scrum Master also try to play the project manager's role in IT industry, but it's totally wrong. Most of the people misunderstands that Scrum Master is a project manager.
So he should be a person outside the team,
yes.
right?
Yes. So he is just a person who helps to resolve the team's problem. Other than that, he's not involving any of the Scrum work of the team. That's the designation of the Scrum Master.
So no one in the team will be reporting under him, right? Based on
No.
So
Scrum Master is only a person when we have a sprint. Within the sprint, if some developer face a problem that he couldn't complete the task within the sprint, and the Scrum Master jumps in and resolve the issue to help the developer or the team member to complete the task within the sprint. That's the only thing that Scrum Master is responsible.
So dividing work within the team and managing everything, that's the technical owner's job.
Actually, so the giving the task to the Scrum team is product owner's responsible. Like product owner is responsible to assign tasks to the Scrum team, and assigning task and taking which task should be comes into this sprint. Like it's technical owner and the other team members' responsibility. Like they are the one who take the task into the team, and Scrum Master is just doing recording to like
see any blockers are there. So if there are any blockers, he tries to help it to get it sorted.
Yes. But
so
now
again, I think the audience got a little bit confused. So you talked about another role as well, named the product owner. Yeah. We introduced it. So I have a small question. So if the team has QA, so are they also reporting under the technical owner? How that's supposed to be? Only the devs are reporting under the technical owner, or
it's like this, Sumudhu. So in Scrum teams, like no one is reporting. Like even the technical owner is there. Like team is not supposed to report anyone. Like there are no any levels. Like it's just names. Like now before this Scrum methodology comes, like everyone is like they have a hierarchy. Like every team should respect to the technical owner, technical should respect to the project manager. When this agile methodology, within this agile methodology, there are no levels. They are just names. Everyone is the same level. So even in the newly joined team member and the technical owner is like they are in the same level. Like there were no any other. There are no hierarchy.
But the technical owner is responsible of the devs, so something like that. Even
yes, like
we are not under him.
Yes,
like, he should be responsible for them.
Responsible for not them, like their work.
Yeah, their work.
Like their output.
So in that sense, is the technical owner responsible for QA's output as well? So are they also considered as a part of the dev team? QAs?
QAs are considered as a dev team. Like
part of the dev team.
If not, the QA should have a separate team. Like if the QA works in a dev team, like the QA also a dev. If the QA, if there are separate QA, like they have a QA lead and separate, like in like that's how it works. Like normally even like let's say in a company we have a team to work on the finance domain. Okay. So in finance domain, under this finance domain, there's a separate dev team and the QA team. They are not working together as one team. So
that's like finance engineering team and finance QA team.
So in the QA team there should be a QA lead, and in the dev teams there should be a technical lead, tech lead. So that's how this should roll. So if for any circumstances, like if we need the QA, if we assign, so if the company is not having enough resources to maintain a separate QA team, so what they are doing is they are just simply plug one or two QAs to the dev team and trying to pop them as a QA members in the dev team.
Same team. So then the QA is also considered as a part of the dev team. So
dev team, exactly. So in I can't mention the company names, but in most of the European based companies, QAs and developers doesn't work together, and they have separate they are working separately because their work is not interconnected. Like interconnected in the sense, like they shouldn't work under the same team because their work is totally different. Like they can't like bottom up, they are doing it's totally different work. Like they shouldn't work together.
So now we talked about technical owner, then Scrum Master. So then the other role that we'll be seeing is an architect will be there mostly in a team. So I think commonly the architect will be working on multiple teams, right? So he will be sharing his knowledge with multiple teams, and then the other role that the team member will have to interact with is a product owner, I think. So is that so?
Yeah. So a little bit on this architect role. So normally architects they doesn't have a like a specific team. Like architects have now if he works in a product based company, architect have a set of subdomains that he is responsible. So if that subdomain consists of 3 teams, that 3 teams he should he is responsible with the 3 teams.
So
if
like
that subdomain
he is assigned to a domain, so anyone who
Exactly.
works in that domain, he should be responsible for that. Like if any production issue occurs in that domain, he should
Under.
like he's the
Exactly.
first calling person by the CTO or someone or from the business side.
yes yes
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. So there is no specific team for a
for a
software architect.
there is no specific scrum team for architect. There could be a separate architect team, architect scrum team in the company, but it should be separated because their work and the scrum team's work is totally different, like QA, dev and QA.
So after
if the architect is assigned to a like dev scrum team, he should work as a dev as well. He's that's
that means he is also becoming a part of the dev team if an architect is assigned to a dev scrum team.
And also he also should sync with technical owner. That's how it should roll. But since this resource constraints and the other this human mindset like attitudes, this is not happening in most of the companies.
The scrum practices are not 100% accurately implemented.
Yes, the problem is like Sumudu, the attitude. Like when the people having more experience and going up in their designation, like they also expect the respect. If they doesn't get that respect, they think like they are not fulfilling enough in their career. But in IT industry, no one is everyone is in the same
level.
In the same level. So if you expect respect from the other person, other teams and other persons, like it shouldn't be gained, like it should be automatically come to you. The way you work and everything, like you shouldn't expect, but it should be given from the others. That's what I believe.
So after the architect, so a team member will be faced with, I think, product owner. So I think that's the topmost part, right? Team like
the product owner's responsibility is like this, like when the business needs to introduce new features or new or whatever they require, so the product owner should consider as like they should understand the exact requirement of the business. And they should break down the requirement and everything with this task and a proper plan, and should be included to the backlog. That's the only responsibility of the product owner.
So I think as developers we'll also be interacting with another, I think it's not a role, called BAs. So they are, I think based on my knowledge, they are under the product owner, right? So they are also in the part of that requirement recitation and feasibility study part, in a way, so that when a business needs a new requirement or new feature, they identify the requirement of it and they creates the business requirement specification, and then they create the software requirement specification and add into the Scrum team's backlog. Is that right?
Now business analyst and responsibility is to help PO, the product owner, to like the document the requirements, like they are the one who creates SRSs and BRSs. Like they are the one who's good at documenting the stuff. Actually, the what product owner understand from the business, and he understand the requirement clearly, and it assigned to the BAs to break down it and document clearly to submit the dev teams. So then only the dev team works on these documents and start development.
So so we talked about multiple roles. So based on what we discussed, so usually software architects, the Scrum Master, the product owner, and the BAs are out of the dev Scrum team, right? So they are waiting outside the team. But when
BAs
it comes to
also like they are the product owner, architects, and these BAs. They are also could work on multiple with multiple Scrum teams, but they are not part of the Scrum team in Agile.
But when it comes to the technical and domain knowledge, so all those parties need to have a solid domain knowledge, and also I think when it comes to BAs, they also should have some kind of a technical knowledge, right? If not, they can't do the proper feasibility studies, and they can't properly convert the BRS into an SRS so that developers can work on. So
exactly. Yeah. So they should have a technical related degree and like that kind of experience, like technical experience.
And they also should, even though they are sitting outside the team, they should be like in sync with the team. So when creating SRSs and all, I think the BAs should contact the technical owners to see whether this is possible, whether this data is here in our database. So I think
Sumudhu, like one clarification, like now we can't say like technical, non-technical in a software company. You know, like in a software company, everyone should be technical. Like from the CEO, CTO, like every designation, they should be technical. If you are in a software like development company, everyone should technical. Like only non-technical person is the client. Like they are not part of the company. They are outside of the company. Like everyone should have a technical knowledge if you are working in IT industry. So we are every time we are misunderstood that QA shouldn't have a technical knowledge, BA shouldn't have a technical knowledge. Like we misunderstood that technical knowledge is like not the development. Like you shouldn't be expert on Java. It's a technical, like it's a computer language. Technical in the sense like not development, but the way a software is working, and
that the overall high level picture should be there.
Definitely. Without having that type of kind of a knowledge, like you can't work in a software development as any role.
Yeah, is this the same for product-based companies also? All the roles that we talked about should also have technical knowledge, right? In product.
Yes, even the product owner, BAs, and everyone should have a technical knowledge. So let's assume the product owner is coming from a different government teaching sector. Like he is very good at principal. Okay, let's get a principal. Principal is very good at managing students, right? So in that case, he is very good at managing people. So he is assigned as a let's say he's a project manager, like we will talk out of this agile methodology, and he's a project manager. Now he is assigned to one team is assigned under him, and the management needs result, and now only like these kind of memes are generating, like if you want a kid from one kid, like you need 9 months. Can you remember the joke? Like, I can't remember the joke.
But if you use 9 months or something, right? We can get it from 1 month.
Yeah. Now this principal will try to get 1 month, and he need 9 mothers or something. So because he doesn't know how the baby comes, right? Like that
basic knowledge is not there.
Not there, like definitely. Like,
so like
everyone should be technical.
A high level idea. So even a BA should have that high level idea. So when we press the button, this the front end makes an API request and it goes to this service, and this service fires this event, and then that is consumed by this, and it saves into the DB or something like that. That knowledge should be there, and then this response comes back, and then the status gets updated like this. But so I think there are some people who think that when we press the button, some kind of magic happens behind the scenes, and then after a few minutes, after a few seconds, this status changes.
So these are the people, this principle. In my story, the principle is the one.
For people, so we, like as developers, we can't explain. So the effort that is behind doing such feature for a person who doesn't know the things that are happening behind the scenes. So we can't even if we show the code, and even if we draw many designs also, they will not understand, because they don't think that some complex things happen behind the scenes. So they just simply think some magic, or someone manually comes, someone spawns behind the screen and updates the status.
In my previous company, one of the senior manager, he had some finance related degree, and he was assigned to manage one of the development team. Okay, so there were a couple of development team under him, and in a meeting there was this in the meeting we had our architect and couple of senior software engineers, and I was a senior software engineer at that moment. So there were form with 60 or 70 fields, and there were a lot of validations as well. There were a couple of checkbox, radio buttons, and everything. So for the estimations, one of the developer said this will take more than a week to develop the complete user interface and the database design and everything. It will take more than a week. It's a very fair estimation for that kind of a form. And this manager ask from the architect, now see, in Excel sheet I will insert 1000 inputs within 1 hour. I can add number of columns in this way, number of rows in this way, and what is the difference inserting a data in an Excel sheet and to the database? Why can't you, why does it take so much, more than a week to enter this 70 use inputs to a database? Even I can enter more than 1000 inputs in Excel sheet. He's asking the difference.
Those two cannot be compared also. It's
Exactly.
like comparing the ability of a fish to climb a tree and that squirrel into swim. It's
So,
totally like
yeah, so,
okay, those two are not comparable.
the question is not valid.
Yeah.
So because he seems that he doesn't know how the software is working, so he even can't question a proper question. Like he's asking invalid questions. So to ask a proper question, you should have a technical knowledge.
So I hope all these roles and all that we talked about are common in, so they don't change based on the nature of the company, right? So even in a product or service based or those companies, it's the same, right? So there can be like slight changes. Other than that, if they are following agile process, it will be the same, right?
Yeah, it's the same. I think it's good to wind up, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we have spent
the content that I was planning to talk was on how we can like survive in a team and how we can be more responsible and how we can grow and play, be a valuable asset to the team. But I also wanted to talk about the roles, but I thought it will only take around 15 minutes to talk everything. But at the end of the day, it took around more than 1 hour.
Yeah.
So I think it's better to wind up, and I will may take another episode to talk on how we as an individual and also as a person who is starting in the industry, how we can be a great team player within the team.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we can bring that in a different session.
Yeah. So
okay,
we can wind up. So let's hope we can do this recording in the next week. So due to the sicknesses and due to different other trips and also we had to cancel the last week recording. So and if any of the listeners have any questions, so just add a comment. So this will be uploaded to YouTube as well. So please add a comment, and if there are any interesting topics to for us to discuss on, please add them also. Then we can discuss on them as well. I think we can wind up.
Yes. Okay. Have a great week, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.